like this is how bad it was, or how strange it was. We asked them and about what about the parasites and like why did they get treatment? The British and the Germans asked the black people why they didn't get treatment because they were living in the jungle and they had and they had what's it called and they had massive parasite infections. And like I said, you would see the birds coming from the forest and they would all have parasites in them, and that's from the parasite. Because if you just lay on the ground, if you just lay on the like there were some parasites that if you just lay on the ground, they would like I'm serious. If you watch back in the old days, parasites used to be a lot more common. Like they even crawl. I think they used to even crawl across the ground like a worm, and then they would crawl into well, I don't know if dead things or whatever. It depends on the parasites. You'd have to look up in the old medical books, like look in Germany or in England, in the old medical journals, and you might see some reference to it. Basically, the old parasites of the old days. Like I said, it's the foot. The mouth is actually the foot, and that's what actually they like grow into the body. Like they actually get some distance inside the body. Like they actually like grow. I mean, it's an organ. It's a full life chain, life organism. Anyway, and like I think they actually some parasites could actually even control the metabolism of the person to some extent or whatever. I'm not exactly sure. It gets pretty extreme. There were some pretty advanced parasites basically back in the old days. I had once had it charted, so there should be information on it. You should be able to see because some of the parasites, like I said, they're parasites that lived inside of some of these males for something 30 years or 20 years. Anyway, we asked them about it. It's like, why didn't you get treatment? And they said, God, it is God. It is God. And basically they regarded the parasite as their God, pretty much. Or something like that. Parasite God. Anyway, so yeah, seriously. Anyway, the black tribes regarded the parasites as basically their God. Because pretty much they had been with the parasites for so long. I don't know. Anyway, death of enemy in battle. I don't really know. Like I say, I only know what they told me. Basically, that my expert said, well, they think it's their god. They think the parasite is their god. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, so basically, the black people thought that the parasite was their gods, So they were letting the parasites live inside of them, basically, because they thought it was God or something like that, or their creator. And like I don't know. I mean, parasites are a very basic form of life. So yeah. Anyway, and they even had shrines dedicated to the parasites, and stuff like that. And I don't know. They may even help the parasites get into new hosts. I'm not really sure, to tell you the truth. Like I say, I don't really know all that much about it really. I mean, I just know what I witnessed or there's film of everything. So the black people, the black tribes, African tribes regarded the parasites as their gods. I guess maybe because it made them feel better during sex or something like that, and they had a lot of it. So, and there was two parasites, and they were kind of like battling it out. The parasite in your stomach or the parasite in your what's it called? And like sometimes like babies would even would come out malnourished because of the fact that the parasites were so bad inside this woman. Like they were like there's pictures of it. It looks like ropes coming out of this woman's back end. I mean, seriously, there's like 20 of them all wiggling around, like when she's lying on the table. I mean, they were really, 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 really super infested with parasites, tapeworms, basically. But it's a parasite. And there's all kinds of different parasites. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, you'd see this sometime in the past. So anyway, it's basically just the black culture that did this. Like I say, they were hiding in the jungles, and eventually, like I say, the Germans were instrumental basically in going in there, and the Germans and the English went in there. And they basically said, okay, we're here to kill your parasite. They're like, no. It's like, it's just a parasite and a worm. It's not your god. It's like, no, I'm actually your god. So, like, I'm actually the creator. So, anyway, Anyway, so we said, okay, one or two of your males or one or two of your people can keep the parasites alive in them, but not all of you, because it's a problem. And those of you who need to take care of your parasites the right way because they're spreading. So, and it's causing a problem over there in the city. And they're tired of your parasites. So, because I'm serious, like this one little place would always be giving up these parasites. They would be flying with the birds into the city. And then like a dog or a cat or other animal would eat it. And then we'd have to go treat that dog or cat or animal. And, we just kept doing it. And it was like, well, they think it's their god. So there's another thing we can do about it. They just go and hide with their parasites inside of them. So whatever. Strange. Maybe eventually they'll either die or we'll treat them. So yeah, I mean, this goes on for a long time. It was just like ignorance really, and we slowly kind of like taught them that the parasite wasn't their god anyway. But we saved one anyway, just in case. Like, well, just in case, we'll put one in a freezer and keep it alive, basically. So yeah, so I mean, it is a form of life. So I'm pretty sure we kept it alive for quite a while. We put one somewhere, where it could live, where we could always bring it back to life. Beep! So anyway, because they really cared about the parasite. So, aw, it's so cute. You care about your parasite. I know, I love your parasites too. It's a form of life, yes, but, it's killing you. So, it's not a very good, they call it parasite because it sucks your nutrients out and tries to kill you. Anyway. So yeah, that was the black tribes. They were just ignorant or whatever. So it's like, well, Anyway, I don't really know. Like, I'm not really going to step on their toes and say blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I mean, the Germans and I at English, we basically said, okay, you need to give up your parasites. So we'll put one in a lab for you because I care about life too. I'm a protector of life. Lucifer Star, LS, and science. And then we'll pretty much, and then you can have your treatment. Okay, here's your pill. And they all got treatment, and eventually, like, we basically removed all of the parasites out of them. So, and then they were parasite free and feeling much better. Anyway, so yeah. So anyway, not so crazy, I guess. Anyway, I don't really know. So that much, I mean, I can just tell you what basically historical fact of what was going on hundreds of years ago. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, I don't, whatever. So, I mean, I'm LS, I'm Lucifer Star. So, I mean, I love life forms. I keep life, like I didn't want any, I never wanted to stamp out or kill any life forms permanently because it's like, well, it's a form of life. It's here, around here, so I don't know. I guess we'll save it genetically. I mean, I could always create another one. The computers can just create any form of life they want. It's just like put in your parameters and there you go. Okay, here's your life form. What do you want to do with it? They want to eat it and worship it. Okay, that's pretty strange. All right, fine, whatever. Take your life form and go eat it. Anyway, yeah. So, the things that happened, like, I don't know why they removed the historical data of what they did or what they asked for, what they wanted, but that's what they did. So, anyway, it's like, okay, well, you're strange, but all right. There's a lot of strange people on this world. So, and there's a lot of life forms in the galaxy. So, I mean, if you want to worship a parasite, you can worship a parasite. Freedom. That's the way it is. So they worship their little parasites for a while. And whatever. Anyway, but yeah. Anyway. Strange. So. Anyway. I'm basically a high intelligence, or was a high intelligence life form at one point in time, and not really. Anyway, yeah. So, whatever. Anyway, I don't know. I don't care. Shoot me in the head. I can die.